Speed! Train! Protect!
My mana is gone.
Drain! Speed!
I'm still breathing, that's a good sign. I've done for you what I would do for any wounded animal, Brutus. Your love for a man, that's what did this to you, Merveil. I'm not up to that just yet. Word amongst your kind, Nightmare. You're not welcome in my world.
A throne is the most devious trap of them all. I die for the Empire.
It is woman's purpose to tempt and try the will of man.
Submit, heretic!
My mana is gone.
Have you ever seen the true face of God, exile?
selfishness that slaughters hope! Damn you!
Shrink not from God! This world is an illusion, exile.
Some of us live to regret our mistakes. Some of us don't. Try not to take it personally.
You see what happens when you hunt dreams, Ranger. Earned yourself some bigger prey, Huntress.
Dissection time. Be still.
My mana is gone.
Into wonder.
Now you are simply gorgeous. Slice away the ugly!
I'm not up to that just yet. You were your own worst enemy, Doedri.
I admire you in this moment, Ranger. You and I will create the most beautiful of nightmares together. Creation, usually the concern of nature, isn't it? Not anymore.
My mana is gone.
Let us see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare. Nightmare is the true Eternal. Accept the gift of immortality.
You were going to put to death the world that I love. Do you really think I would let you and your beast do that, Malachai? I will not let you consume this world! My mana is full.
The flame of hope may flicker, but it cannot be extinguished.
So courageous. Such a fine example of womanhood. I simply knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Or my husband. You see, His Majesty could never be satiated on his wedding day by one bride alone. Thank you, my new sister. I shall always treasure your company.
My mana is gone.
Arakaali!
To their mates, so my mana is gone.
Eclipse cold pride, flaming rage, and pass beyond this human age.
My mana is gone.
Greetings.
A new dawn arise.
Arakaali be left alone!
Wake up.
Welcome to the end of my Gauntlet run. The Merciless Gauntlet is over, at least for this character. And the event ends tomorrow. It is Saturday today. It ends Sunday afternoon, I believe, at some point. We can probably see, in fact. When do we end? Yeah, 1 day, 4 hours. So, given it's taken me a week to get to where I was when I died, which is level 85, I'm pretty sure that I can't beat that in 24 hours. So that's us done for the event. Yeah, that was a great week. Very enjoyable. Ludicrously hard. Allegedly the hardest Gauntlet event that's existed, according to Zizaran. I can believe that. It's certainly harder than previous Gauntlets I played in. As you can see from some of the boss fights, it was occasionally quite close, even finishing the campaign. But we did finish the campaign. The Act 9 boss was the real challenge. Everything else was relatively straightforward, although, yeah, around the Brine King we almost died a couple of times, so yeah, pretty rough. Great event, though. Trickiest thing I found was just, it's mostly planning. Well, yeah, it would be planning, except I largely skipped that. Planning marginally ahead, patience, and not doing anything dumb. Yeah, I had to play very conservatively. I was over-leveling massively. For the big fights, I was probably 13 to 15 levels over, which was actually quite necessary because, yeah, with this tree, which I hastily improvised for the event, we were really so starved on points because we needed to get so much life and crit chance because that was necessary for the build to function at all. So, yeah, that was an issue. But, yeah, over-leveling, patience, and getting a little lucky worked pretty well. So yeah, got all the way through to yellow maps, died at level 85, I was in Tropical Island, I was doing a blight, everything in the blight was dead except 2 monsters, I was standing next to the mushroom, I was just waiting for the dogs to kill off the last couple of tiny monsters, no bosses, nothing dramatic, and it's GG. I can only assume that maybe I got ignited, because I was running the first elemental weakness map that I've deigned to run, so my fire res was about 50%. Maybe I got hit by an ignite or something. That's the best I can think. But it must have been off screen, whatever it was, because there was nothing. There was nothing there. There's nothing to kill me. So yeah, but good run. I'd hoped to get to 95. I couldn't see this character doing bosses. I didn't really have a plan for how that was going to work anyway. Arguably, I didn't really have a plan past Act 1, really, so a lot of it was improvised, and the second half of this tree was very hastily improvised. I had planned to be over on the right side, but we made our way over to the left for lots of damage and so forth. So, since I've been transferred into Standard League now, because I died in the Gauntlet's Freesia League, this is not the right ascendancy. I was on the Freesia Wild Speaker ascendancy, so I had Spectral Wolves, level 20, summoned on crit, which is why I needed crit, and I also had extra minion damage based on dexterity and increased effective minion damage, which also applied to me. So yeah, so that was the whole build. My reasoning for doing this, after a lot of careful planning with, I was going to go for an Ancestral Commander, and I had this whole totem build sort of planned out. I looked at someone else's explosive arrow totem build. Kind of thought that looked shit for the first 5 acts, so I did not bother. And I got very frustrated with the fact that the damage was just awful. Yes, the class was fairly bulletproof, but the damage was awful. So I wanted something that could carry me slightly in the early acts, and Wild Speaker was great for that, because as predicted, level 20 Spectral Wolves in Act 3 and 4 absolutely destroy everything, so the bosses were completely trivial. The only drawback was that by the time I got to the really hard bosses, Act 8, 9-ish, the Wolves are really sucking hard, hence my dramatic respec to go and pick up a bunch of damage and life, because I could get the life over here, but I couldn't really get the damage, so yeah. But it worked out pretty well. We had enough damage for white maps, we were just about fine in yellow, and there was no way I was touching red anyway, even if I'd got to 95. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. Not exactly a build that I saw anyone else playing. We were pretty much just Rain of Arrows with a lot of crit to summon wolves. So our crit ended up as whatever it ended up as. Critical strike chance, that's just 35. It's higher because we have Assassin's Mark. So yeah, I think it's more like 40-something. 40-something proof fine for the wolves. That was good enough to have them out on a regular basis. Drawback I discovered though, compared to a lot of builds which would nip in and out of boss fights without any particular problem, as soon as I leave a boss fight with the wolves, when I come back there are no wolves, so I have to start from scratch. That did cause some issues, and I'm not sure if it actually caused any near-death experiences, but yeah, it was certainly a bit interesting. Yeah, Rain of Arrows just for coverage, to crit on something. That was the whole idea, was that since I'm shooting a lot of arrows and there's a lot of things on the screen, we're hitting a lot of things, half the arrows will hit something if there's something to potentially hit, so a lot of chances for crit. And I believe the crit is rolled separately for each arrow in a Rain of Arrows. I seem to recall looking that up. If that's wrong, I could have run something else, but it was fine. Yeah, Rain of Arrows good. We ended up switching across to explosive arrow totems, only because PO being it, they were just much better than artillery ballista. As it happened, I got so bored leveling up for the Act 9 boss that I didn't actually bother leveling those gems all the way to a comparable level, so it didn't actually gain me anything, but it didn't particularly lose me anything either. And I was debating converting this build into an explosive arrow and dropping the wolves. Around the time of my death, I'd picked up a skirmish. Oh good god, this is the standard stash. Okay, yeah, well I picked up a skirmish. And if I'd also got a Quill Rain, I think I would have switched over and respec'd in early lab, dropped the crit, and just, yeah, switched into a ballista build. I didn't really get to try any of the cool aspects on the tree, because I skipped the third ascendancy because I didn't want a Zaro to kill me, in the same way that I skipped whatever his name is, the blood guy who gives you a skill point in Act 10. I skipped him as well. Valentia, possibly? God knows. Yeah, I skipped those because they just seemed like they were more likely to kill me than Kitava. And I wanted to get past Kitava, really. So, yeah, so that worked pretty well. But yeah, I didn't really get to do the aspects because I skipped the lab. I was hoping to pick up aspect of the cat and extra charges or aspect of something else. I do wish free sure ascendancies, which were the special ascendancies we had for this event, as well as an event earlier in the year. I do wish they were accessible somehow. I think a lot of people have said the same thing. They are kind of imbalanced, but the main thing is they're different. They're just... It's intrinsically interesting making a build with one of these ascendancies because it's new and it's not the same ascendancy, so it doesn't matter what skill you pick. You know, I played Rain of Arrows before, but I haven't played Rain of Arrows with Spectral Wolves, or bizarrely Explosive Arrow Ballista Totems as well, because why not? So, yeah, very enjoyable Gauntlet. I know a lot of people only played to the beach to get their free MTX, and we did get... Oh, we're not wearing our MTX. Where is our Gauntlet? Gauntlet. Gauntlet. There we go. Hopefully this actually lists our character level. There we go. Highest achieved character level 85. So, yeah, so we got to keep those, which is something. and we can use those on any other character. So that's pretty nice. We also got a mystery box, which I'm pretty sure I've opened, and it was trash, but that's fine. We are eligible. I am eligible for the prize draw, which I don't expect to win, and if I do win something, it'll probably be an MTX I already have. I didn't get the level 90 prize draw. But yeah, it's been a really fun event to watch as well. I've been watching this on and off during the day whenever I couldn't play due to little things like work. Yeah, there's been a lot of upsets and a lot of corpses on the ladder. So a lot of people have died trying to do a full clear. I gather Ben has now full cleared. So good for Ben. That is pretty typical behaviour, though I think it surprised everyone as he sort of did it clutch at the last minute. So yeah, and it's not quite over yet, so it'll still be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of days. As for us, out of the 15,000 people on the scoreboard, we are dead at currently rank 5,000, which puts us just below the top third overall, and I think last time I checked we were sort of similar in our ascendancy and class overall. So I think we make page 2 out of the wild speakers. Maybe we make page 3. Yeah, we just make page 2. Okay, yeah. So we're literally at position 100 at the moment. Yeah, not a lot of wild speakers survived, but we do have. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, Terrence is doing nicely. Yeah. So he's doing excellent. There's a few. The top 3 are really kicking some ass, and top 4 not bad. Everyone else, some other people got to where I was hoping to get to. And then there's another few dozen between them and my corpse. Although there's a lot of corpses in that list as well. So, yeah, pretty happy with that overall. Pretty happy. Enjoyable event. It was difficult. It was different. It was fun to watch. It was fun to play. Yeah, I don't normally play a lot of gauntlets, but I shall consider the gauntlet for my holidays next time. That'll do for this video. Until next time, farewell.